The financial system is broken. Step 1, the Treasury sells bonds to banks so that they can flip a profit. Step 2, the Federal Reserve, a privately owned corporation, buys back those bonds by creating currency or writing a check from an account that has $0. The Federal Reserve has legal authority to create currency in order to pay back the banks the money that they owe them for the bonds. This is called inflation. But guess what? You have to pay off this inflation with something called income tax. The government gets to garnish your wages up to 33% just so that it can pay back its own debt, which isn't even real because it created the currency in the first place. Also, 98% of currency in existence isn't even currency. It's something called bank credits. The banks are legally allowed to loan out up to 90% of your money, sometimes more, and they're also allowed to gamble in the stock market, all using your money. Now, you might be wondering, so where does the value from our money come from? It's from you, how you slave at your job for fiat currency. Contrary to popular belief, the money that you use every day, like 20s, 10s, 5s, what have you, is not actually money. Because in the Constitution, money is defined as gold or silver. What you use is something called currency. So, in a nutshell, you're legally enslaved to your employer who uses money that isn't even money, which isn't even currency, but is actually bank credits, which is a poor excuse for currency, which is a poor excuse for money, to pay you for your hard hours that you'll never get back. Now, we don't owe all this money to China. We owe it to ourselves, in a way. There's something called the debt ceiling delusion as well. You will never be able to continue to pay off this debt. There is absolutely no way, because in order to pay off the debt, you have to create more debt, which means you have more debt than you started off with. This is why you should vote for me in 2044. When I'm president, I'm going to create a new financial system, which won't be susceptible to complete collapse like this one is. In addition, I'm going to pay a lot more to fund Social Security and build actual infrastructure and not worry about so many social issues. This addresses the bipartisan #1 issue for 73% of Americans, which is the finances of the country, the economic state of our nation. I'm Jordan Heath, of the people, for the people.